Welcome to SSPTV's Community News. I'm Lisa Sugart. Today we are here on South Wyoming Street in the city of Hazleton to talk about a very difficult subject. The subject is homelessness. I'm standing here outside a facility known as the Willow Foundation's Heartwood Center. It is inside the former Boyle Funeral Home on the south side of the city. And what happens inside is nothing short of amazing. Today we're going to take you inside and show what this center does to help those at their time of need. I'm now inside the facility. We are here at the office of the coordinator of this facility, and that is Tamir Hennigain. Tamir, thank you so much for opening up the facility and letting us bring our cameras in. I guess as we get started, people might not be familiar with the purpose of this facility, so tell us all about it.
Hi, thank you for coming in, guys. The Heartwood Center is a day shelter that is open 7 days a week, 8 to 6. We serve 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch, and a snack. We are open to the public. Anyone who is about to or is experiencing homelessness can come through our doors, and we will give them every resource that we have until they find a permanent solution, either experiencing chronic homelessness, dealing with addiction. We have computers for resources, as in you can use it to build your resume, look for jobs. We have a wonderful staff who will help you with any of those things, resume building, applications. Coffee all day if you want. Games, certified recovery specialists on site if somebody is experiencing or is in recovery and just need that little peer support. We have that. If you just want to come in and hang out with members, I encourage you to do that. Somebody might be having a bad day and you come in, just sit down and have a coffee with somebody who's not in a good space. That conversation can change their whole day, their whole perspective about life. Because the problem with some of the relationship with homeless people in their communities is that they get cut off. Those human interactions or relationships, you get that stigma that you're homeless. You see one person, have an episode that's like linked with mental illness, and then you attract that to all homeless people, and you stay away from them. You don't want to help them. They're just lazy. And that's not always the case. You have a small amount of people who fit that description. Over 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. If you can't go to work because you're sick or you have to go pick up your kid from school, you miss that paycheck, then the ball starts rolling on, like you can't pay your bills, you don't have any family support, and now what do?
Now you took us on a little tour to see the place, and we spoke with some of the people that are here, either helping others or being helped by those that are here, and they all kind of use the same word. They all feel like a family here. So I was very impressed and touched by what a lot of the people said here, and a lot of them, didn't anticipate being in this position.
When you guys first walked in here, you see me talking to people, like some people I haven't seen in a while, some members that came in here. I'm like, are you okay? Are you eating? Are you safe? Like, is everything all right? Yeah, everything's good. I'm like, all right, good. Our door is always open. Come on in. Another person, I asked you guys to excuse me so I can give this person a hug because I haven't seen them in a couple of days, so I'm glad that they're okay. And it's not taking anything away from me. It's not an extra, it's not emotionally draining. It's just being a common human being, just being a nice human being. Some people don't have that.
But this is a nonprofit organization, correct? So you're counting on support from the community to keep the doors open, to keep the food here that you provide and everything else that you provide for the people that need it.
Yes, this is a nonprofit, so we do rely heavily on community donations. Even if you can't do a monetary donation, clothing donations, volunteer hours, you just let me know. I'm in charge of a lot of different things, but just come on in. We'll figure, if I don't have anything for you to do, I'll find you something to do, and I'll do it with you.
What type of donations are you in need of right now to keep this place going?
Monetary donations, always welcome. We have an Amazon wish list. Change, like anything of that nature that can be used for fun, because we do, we're grant funded, so we do write grants and stuff like that. But sometimes, you have to fit a specific box. If people can donate any monetary amount, that'd be greatly appreciated, no matter how small, how big, and just keep this center open. Hopefully, I will keep the center open, hell or high water.
That's a good thing. But now, you showed us too, like, some of the things you talked about that go on here. There was like a little prayer group going on. Downstairs, you have a food pantry. So tell us about some of the things that are offered here.
So on top of the other things I do, programming. I love programming. I like trying to reach out to the community to come in and showcase their skills. If anybody has any special skill sets that they like to do as a hobby and want to bring that here, we are more than welcome to set you up with a date. When you guys came in, we had a Bible study with Pastor Will's Grace Baptist Church. Pastor Graham from UMC comes in and does cooking classes.
And because it is so cold right now, items like coats, hats, gloves, you need things like that too?
Yes, we will never say no to a donation with clothing, especially during the cold seasons.
What sizes do you look for, all or what?
Well, as of right now, bigger sizes, so like 3XL, 4XL, a lot of those clothings don't come through our doors, and when we do have a person that does need that, we don't have anything like that for them.
And then you said the pantry is here to help those in need.
Yeah, we are open to the public. If you need, if you're experiencing food insecurity, we do have a food pantry here on site, and you can come in once a week and get a food box for you and your family.
So if someone wants to utilize the services, do they have to apply? Is there a process?
Nope. All you got to do is sign up to the front desk, and we'll help you with anything you need.
You're trying to make some connections with businesses in the community that maybe they'll make some regular donations, monthly donations, or help out. What do they do if they do want to make donations here?
So we are located at 100 South Wyoming Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Our
former Boyle Funeral Home.
Yep, it used to be the Boyle Funeral Home. Our number is 570-455-7000, extension 2. You ask for Mr. H, Mr. T, Tamir, the housing guy, the old housing guy, somebody knows who you're talking about, and they'll get you to the right place. Hannah, Hazleton Area Networking Association has been a great resource for us with clothing donations, monetary donations. It's just a group of great local business people, and they are amazing.
I'm now joined by Abigail Makowski. Abigail, tell us why you're here.
So I am homeless. I am a Heartwood member. So I came fleeing domestic violence from Lackawanna County, and I have made some of the most amazing connections here at the Heartwood Center. However, there is a lack of understanding, I think, of what homeless people go through. There are people that freeze to death in the winter. There's not enough funding for shelters. We only have one in Hazleton. You've got a couple hundred homeless people, and we're good at hiding. So it gets tiring, exhausting. We go hungry. There's a lot of us that have medical conditions that make things hard. We're emotional. I always say, we need mercy, because there are days where we're crabby and cranky, but we are a community. And I think that most people will be very surprised to know that people that have nothing will give you everything. I had COVID and I was homeless, and they release you back with COVID into the community, and there's nowhere to go. And so we live in abandoned buildings, and there was a man that gave me his tent, fed me. I couldn't come here, so he heated my food up here and brought it to me. We have big hearts, and most of us were put in this position because someone did something that left us with nothing. And I think a lot of people think that it's just people that struggle with addiction, and addiction is a symptom. So people that are using are hurting. And sometimes homeless people will use because they're trying to escape what we are going through and the reality that there isn't enough help. So there are people that want to help, but that takes money, that takes manpower, that takes a lot of people coming together and wanting the same thing. So you have resources like Heartwood. You have the Salvation Army that does so much for us. You have Divine Providence Shelter and Catholic Social Services. You have the Commission of Economic Opportunity. Mr. Ritter is amazing. He heads that in Wilkes-Barre, but you don't have enough working together, and you don't have enough funding and manpower, enough people that know what we truly go through and how hard it is that some women are pregnant like this. You know, there are needs that you could not imagine. There's some of us that have little kids, and that's scary. That's horrifying to think that there's a 1-year-old baby that is homeless. And so we're people just like everybody else, and we need other people to care enough to want to come out and help, to want to donate.
Heartwood is making a difference in your life.
Amazing. This is my family. So, you know, the center director here, Tamir, he's become like a brother to me. Everybody here, what they do is amazing. They cook for us. So they give us meals. They make sure that we have a microwave to heat our food. They always have coffee. I think sometimes they spend more time just listening to us cry than they do anything, because it's disappointing when you think you're going to get housing, and sometimes, a lot of times it falls through. So that was disappointing for me recently, and they've been there the whole time and acted like, I don't know, family that I haven't had in a long time.
I'm here with another member now, Daniel. Daniel, tell us your story.
Well, right now I work at Giant. I'm a part-time worker. I'm still homeless. I've been trying to help out people as much as I can with money and stuff, even though I sleep in the tent.
What do you think of all the services that are offered here for you?
They help out as much as they can. I mean, I really appreciate, their help and stuff with us being here during the day and stuff like that. They get to help us with housing, help us with other resources and stuff. Sometimes we go have like little events and stuff like that. I like to go to that.
Another gentleman who is here utilizing the services of the center is Rick. Rick, pleased to meet you.
Yes.
How is this organization helping you?
Very much. I've been homeless and penniless several times across the United States, all the way to San Francisco.
What do you do when you come in here? I see you're at a computer today.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing is I'm doing some backgrounds on my old trade. I was an electrician and electronic technician, and I'm just looking up companies.
I'm now here with Alexis, who is a volunteer here at the Heartwood Center. Alexis, I guess tell us your story, because you said you needed help from this center, but now you're giving back to the center.
Yes, I actually was in Keystone Job Corps, and then I got kicked out, and then I didn't have no family support at the time, so I had to unfortunately go to the homeless shelter, and then I came here to the Heartwood Center, and I got a lot of help from Mr. T, which is one of the directors here, and then I got housing assistance. Now I'm all good, and I'm in an apartment, and now actually I help out here.
For people watching this, if they need help, do you want them to know that there is a place that offers it?
Yes, and don't give up. A lot of times in the past couple of months I have been very depressed and sad, but and I wanted to give up, but hey, now I have a job and a place to stay, and now I help out here. So just don't give up, follow your dreams, and just keep going.